If you could change any choices you have ever made, would you? You can always make another choice and change the course of your success. Everyone has the potency to make inspired choices. Get ready to listen, share, and experience the creativity that is you. Now, here is the host of Inspired Choices radio show, holographist coach, Christine McIver.
Oh, my friends, it's that time again. It's the time for the show that always pushes your buttons, or maybe not, or maybe it contributes, or maybe not. But regardless, here we are again. My name is Christine McIver. I am your host tonight on the Inspired Choices show. This has been my show for 10 years now. I am actually in my 11th year of doing my show. And you know, nobody is more surprised than I am that there are still topics to discuss, and there are still topics that really want to be spoken about through me and on this show. So I'm really grateful that you are here. If this is your first time coming here, you can find out more about me at inspiredchoices.ca. That's my personal website. Or of course, if you are watching live or you're listening live here on the Inspired Choices Network, you can find my host page. Or if you are listening in the replay or watching on TV, you can certainly come to Inspired Choices Network and find out more. Wherever you're listening, I'm grateful that you are here. Tonight, we're talking about networking sucks for business development. Oh, all day I've been giggling about that title all day because I can hear people, and I was one of these people saying, that's not true, that's not true. It's so funny. But I'm really going to show you about what really networking is and what business development is and how you can develop your business in a different way, a way that is much easier, a way that is more generative, a way that is actually a contribution to your body, a way that is a contribution to the people around you. And who doesn't want to have that? More ease, more pleasure with your business, because you know, I'm all about pleasure with business. So if you, as I said, if this is your first time connecting, I am a strategic business coach. I am someone who works with organizations and individuals, whether you're a solopreneur, you're a partnership, or you're a large corporation. I work with businesses in a way to really help them to develop in a way that in the direction where they want to go, and to do it with a lot of pleasure and to do it quickly. I am not about putting you into a year-long program to get where you want to go. Let's get there faster and faster. I have been in my own business now for 14 years, and I've learned a lot of things, and I've taken a lot of courses, and I've taken, I've invested hours and hours and hours of work learning things. But just because I have invested that much doesn't mean that you have to. I love talking business, and I love talking about areas in your life that create prosperity, whether it's in relationships, it's in finances, even in parenting. I love looking at that with people. So if that's something, or any of those are things that you would love to have support on, please do reach out to me, Christine, at inspiredchoices.ca. Every single person that I connect with, initially, we're just going to connect and talk for about 30 minutes to see if we've got a good connection and if it's a match for what you're looking for. Because sometimes it is and sometimes it isn't. Okay, so let's get into tonight's show. Networking sucks for business development. Yes, it's true that this really is true. Networking does suck for business development. How many networking events have you gone to and you leave feeling that you've wasted your time, or you leave and the energy was a massive competition behind all the fake smiles and the empty conversations? Your business deserves to be seen, and you deserve to enjoy your business growing at every stage. So tonight, I'm going to be sharing a lot about what works and what doesn't work in the process of growing and developing a strong, viable business. So first things first, I've got to tell you, I was in human resources for many, many years, and I was on this board, a human resources board in my area. We had probably close to 1,000 members, And I was on that board for, I think it was like 7 years. And every month, except during the summer, we had a networking event. And so for at least 8 years, every month, I went to a networking event. So I'm not talking with little experience here. I have a lot of experience with going to networking events. And I know that we are not doing physical networking events yet. It's here in Canada, at least. But we are, we're doing networking online. And I've been to a couple. And I want to share with you my experience of those. But first, I want to talk about the networking in person. So let's talk about the definition of networking, okay? Networking is the exchange of information and ideas among people with a common profession or special interest, usually in an informal social setting. Okay, so let's talk about this. So if you are going to a networking event, right, to get more business for your business, more clients, more customers, networking, the definition of that networking is with a common profession or special interest. So if you're going there and the people that are there have everything in common in business, how much personal or business development do you think you're actually going to have? This is very, very important. Oftentimes, when people go to networking events, they are brought in by something common, right? And they are oftentimes brought in by a friend that may be in the same or some similar business. So when you're going to that networking event, how much variety in customers and clients are you actually going to have there? So that's number one. Number two, and this is the thing that, is one of the things that's very, very important, is what is the target of people that go to networking events? What is the target? What was the target for you when you went to a networking event? So one of the number one reasons why people go to networking events is to expand their business, to get more customers and clients. It oftentimes can feel like there is a hunt going on. Have you ever felt that? I was speaking to somebody today, someone new that I just met, and we were talking about what the show is tonight, and her response was, and this was going to be mine as well, but it was interesting. I just met her, and this was her immediate response, was that all people are trying to do, the target that she's experienced is people are just trying to see how many business cards they can get. How many business cards can, and they're exchanging business cards, but are they really connecting? And that's the big difference. Most people are going to a networking event so that they can ultimately grow their business. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. This is something that's been going on for years and years and years. But we've missed the key element, and the key element is really in connecting. I also want you to look at what's the energy of networking, right? What is the energy when you go into a networking event? Does it feel to you like it's a fun place to be? Or does it feel like it's kind of, really stiff, and everybody's kind of like, okay, I need to be on my best behavior, and I need to like make sure I do this and that. And it's really got a very on edge energy to it. And, like I said, I've been going to these for years and years and years. And they oftentimes, when they're over, I have felt oftentimes like, oh my gosh, like that was a long night. What did I get out of that? Now, oftentimes networking events circle around somebody speaking. And it's, some of these speakers have been really great, it's awesome to hear some different things. I've met some very cool speakers. But for the most part, when you look at the number of speakers that really have impacted compared to how many networking events that I have gone to, I can tell you that number is incredibly low because networking has taken on an energy of competition. So, how many of you have felt that energy of competition in a networking event? Even when we're doing online events and there's a whole bunch of people there, there can be the energy of competition. And what does competition do? Does it actually generate new business development, or does it actually put you on edge? This is a very important distinction when you're looking at business development. Now, let's talk about the definition of business development. Business development is the creation of long-term value for an organization from customers, markets, and relationships. Relationships. Business development can be taken to mean any activity by either a small or a large organization, nonprofit, or a for-profit enterprise which serves the purpose of developing the business. How do we develop the business? How do we develop the business? It's through relationships. It's absolutely 100% through relationships and connecting. We have an epidemic of people. I'm telling you, it's everywhere. We have an epidemic of people that are so attached to the numbers. They are so attached to the number of people that like their creation, whether it's a post or it's a video or it's a blog, whatever the case may be. They're addicted to the numbers. They're addicted to the number of people that comment. And they're watching these numbers with such a intensity that if you could imagine them standing in front of, let's say I was standing and here was my post and you were walking by, right? The energy that many, many, many people have right now is they're peering at people. Are you gonna like it? Are you gonna like it? Are you gonna like it? Are you gonna comment? My friends, whether you are in person or you are online, your energy is coming through. So is your intention. Now, your customers or clients or people that are viewing what you have out there, they may not be able to understand what they're picking up. But I can tell you the number one thing is that they're picking something up. And what do you want them to be picking up? Where do you want to be with your posts? Where do you want to be with your creations? And most especially, where do you want to be with your business? You have to ask yourself, when you're going to a networking event, ask yourself, what is my target of going to this networking event? What is my target? We've already talked about what most people are doing is they're trying to get lots and lots of business cards. They're trying to get many. Now I've seen people having conversations. I've had conversations where they're trying to make a connection. And then as people are coming in the room, this was hilarious. As people were coming in the room, I'd be talking to somebody and whoever I was talking to, they'd be like, oh, there's Bob. Oh, there's Sue. It was like their attention kept getting drawn and I could sense them like, oh my gosh, I want to go talk to them. Oh my gosh, I want to go talk to them. Yes, oftentimes if there is a speaker, there's only a small window of time to network. Again, what is your target of networking? What is your target of networking? This is a key piece in your business. You need to really stop and look at what your targets are and what those targets, just the intention of those targets, what the intention of those targets are creating. My friends, these topics that I'm really pulling them apart. They are so key for changing things in your business. And I really, really hope that you're listening keenly to what I'm saying. As I said, I've been in business for many, many years. Please take from me what I've learned. Please take it and apply it check it out, try it. I really do hope that you have an easier time, that your business grows even faster than mine did. I really hope that you get to have more pleasure than you ever even imagined that you would have in your business. What if your business could actually be pleasurable? What if you could take all these nuggets from these shows and you could apply them and start to change your relationship with being in business? I talk to a lot of people struggle with being in business. They get excited initially and that drops very, very quickly. Well, I'm telling you, my friends, I love business. I can get lost in doing business for hours and hours and hours. It's so pleasurable to me. And my goal, my hope is that I can share that with you, that you can take what I'm doing and you can pick up some of this and you can bring more pleasure to your business and you can have a life while you're having your own business. That would tickle me pink. All right, we are up to our first break of the show. Before we go, I failed to mention at the beginning of the show that I want to wish everyone a happy Pride Month. Happy Pride Month to all the LGBTQ and transgender, everyone out there that falls under the Pride umbrella. Happy Pride Month. I wish for you to have so much ease and to feel more and more confident with who you are and what you choose, no matter what or who that is. Okay, my friends, we're going to go for our first break. Be sure to come back. I've got a lot more to share with you. You are listening to Christine McIver on the Inspired Choices Show on the Inspired Choices Network. We'll be right back.
Many of us make choices in our lives based on our past experiences or what others believe. What would our lives be like if we made our choices based on what we desire for our futures? When you join Inspired Choices Radio Show with holographist coach Christine McIver, you'll be provoked to look at what is true and what you know but may not choose that requires your attention. Christine does not hold back and brings all her expertise during each and every show. Are you ready to create the life and the living you truly desire? Listen for Inspired Choices Radio Show every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
Are you a subject matter expert? Are you here to share your expertise with an audience waiting to hear from you in only the way you can deliver? Are you ready to have your voice amplified across the airwaves? Inspired Choices Network has a global radio platform streaming to millions of people across the world. Professionally produced and supported by an accomplished team every step of the way, you can broadcast from anywhere in the world, knowing your voice matters, and we ensure it is delivered with ease and efficiency. Eager to hear your message, the world awaits. Contact us today to become an Inspired Choices Network radio host. Email becomeahost@inspiredchoicesnetwork.com.
This is the Inspired Choices Show with holographist coach Christine McIver. To participate in the program, join our live studio audience in our chat room at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com. You can also make the choice to ask or comment by email by sending to Christine@inspiredchoices.ca. Now, back to the program.
Wow. Welcome back, my friends. If you are just joining us tonight, we are talking about networking sucks for business development. And I'm not going to go into a ton more about why networking doesn't work for business development, because I really want to get to the juicy parts of why what you can do to create more and more business development and what's really, really important about business development for your business. So in the first segment, we talked about most people go to networking events to grow their business, but they miss the key element, and the key element is really connecting. Networking oftentimes takes on an energy of competition. How many of you have been at a network event and it was just so competitive you couldn't believe it, and you felt like you were just lost in this sea of energy of force and push, and not really people really talking and really having conversations? We have an epidemic right now of people who are so attached and addicted to the numbers on social media, the numbers on their bank account, the numbers on everything, that they are missing. They're missing some of the most important pleasure points in their business. And they're missing the people. They're missing communicating. They are actually missing the very reason why people would want to be with them. And this is so critical. Whether you're in person or online, your energy is coming through, and so is your intention. So when you are on social media, when you are sending an email, when you're in an online meeting, an online connection, check your energy, check your intention, have a conversation with yourself. What do I want to have out of this? What would be fun on the other side of this? What would feel great about having been here? What would I really love to create out of this connection? And these are some of the important pieces that we went over in the first segment. And this is something I really want you to get, that networking, the energy of networking, right? We don't really look at that. We look at what we think we're going to get. How many of you are going to things with the whole intention of, what am I going to get? What am I going to get? It's like a spoiled child. How many cookies can I have? What can I have? What can I have? Right? We're going out there just trying to pull things to ourselves. We're not actually going out and thinking about, what can I contribute to this event? What can I bring to the table that would be a gift for someone else, that would be a contribution for someone else? We don't think about how much fun can I actually have tonight? That if that was my only target, would create more joy in my future. And joy includes prosperity. So if you would take your eyes off the numbers, if you would take your eyes off your expectations, and you would go in with a much more loving heart, what would that actually create? This reminds me of, when you're walking down the street and you see people, or when I used to work in a big office, and we would walk in, people would walk in the office and they would say good morning. And, let's say an hour or 2 hours, even 3 hours later, you could say to that person, did you see Christine in her office today? I don't know if I did or not. And if there was a video camera, you would have seen that person walked by and said hello, but they didn't remember, because we're so many of us are not being present. We're not present in our lives. We're not present in our bodies. And we're most certainly not present in our businesses. We're always looking. So many of us are looking outside of ourselves, and we're looking outside of our businesses, and we're missing so many wonderful, wonderful opportunities to actually connect with people, to really create a long-lasting relationship. Business is about relationships. Business is so important in our lives. Yes, whether you're working for yourself or you're working for someone else, but it always 100% comes down to the relationships that you are building. It also comes down to your integrity. What will people remember about you when you connect with them? When maybe their business with you is complete, what will they remember? What is the lasting experience? What is the lasting feeling that you will leave with them? That when they think about you, years from now, or someone connects with them and says, hey, do you know so-and-so? What will they remember? What will be the experience that you have left with them? Remember, people often say people don't remember the words, but they remember how you made them feel. Business development is about how you make people feel in the creation of the relationships. Now, if you're somebody that wants to create a widget and you want to put it out there and you want to spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars in marketing that widget, and you just want to do push marketing and you just want to try to sell as much as you can without having an experience, and your only goal is money, you can do that. You absolutely 100% can do that. And what do you think that's going to create for your body? What do you think that's going to create for the relationships that are around you? There's endless stories out there of people who went into, and I am not down on this type of business, so let's be really clear before I say this. Many, many people that went into MLMs. I have been in MLMs. They're great. They've got so many fabulous benefits to being in an MLM. You still need to have the leader have the intention of relationships, not just money and that push energy. So many people will just go in and they'll just push, and it's just about the numbers, the numbers, the numbers. And I have seen relationships, family relationships, break down because of that push energy. That's not about business development. That's not about growing your business. That's number one, about making the almighty dollar. And I say that with the energy of like, that's not fun. Do I desire to have a lot of financial prosperity? Yes. But I also desire to have a lot of relationship prosperity. I also desire to have a lot of joy prosperity. Prosperity is not just financial, it's every aspect of your life. Do you really want to get to the end of your life and look back and all you have seen is that you just pushed for money? Or do you really want to be able to say, I loved the journey. I had so much fun on the journey. Yes, we need money. Yes, we're on a planet where we can create money. And there's so many opportunities to create money. There's endless amounts of ways to create money. But who's going to be attracted to? Who's going to want to work with? Who's going to want to hire the person that is in this push energy, that all they're trying to do is collect the names and numbers so that they can just go at the people? I just signed up for a course that I'm going to be taking. Sorry, not the course, an event that I'm going to be attending. And in order to attend that event, you had to give out your information, your personal information. That's fine. I've done it millions of times. It doesn't bother me. And this one particular one that I've just signed up for, they have texted me and they have called me every day for the last 3 days. I've blocked their number. No, I've put stop on the texting. I don't want them texting me. I don't need them to constantly be reaching out to me. I do plan on attending the event, but I do not need their push marketing. And that's what they're doing. And when they ask for feedback, I'm going to give it. I'm going to give it because that doesn't work for me. And I don't think that it ultimately works for a company either. What if you were in the business development of your business and you were looking for and asking for real connections? What if you actually had one conversation a day with someone? You just had a 10-minute, a 15-minute conversation with someone, and you got to know that person and you were really, really present with them. You turned off your phone. You didn't do anything, but just you were present with that person. What would that feel like if someone was actually just present with you, that they really did desire and showed you that they were not only listening, but they were hearing you, that they were being very present with you. We talk about this with our children. We talk about this with our elderly family members who may not be around soon. Why wouldn't we want to do that in business development? You're the key in your business. You know that, right? If it wasn't for you, there would not be a business. So for you to really cultivate connection, cultivate relationships that will contribute to your business and contribute to you simultaneously, how wonderful would that be for you? How amazing would that be? We're up for our next break of the show. When we come back, we're going to talk about numbers a little bit more. We're going to talk about what it means to really connect and how you can do that. I've got a bunch of ideas I really want to share with you. And we're going to talk even more about business development and some keys in business development. So my friends, I'm grateful that you are here, and I hope that you're enjoying tonight's show. If you have any questions, any comments, you just email me. I will respond. Christine at inspiredchoices.ca. I don't have an assistant behind the curtain that's going to respond. It will be me, because I really do enjoy making connections with people. So stay tuned. You're listening to the Inspired Choices show on the Inspired Choices Network with myself, and we'll be right back.
Many of us make choices in our lives based on our past experiences or what others believe. What would our lives be like if we made our choices based on what we desire for our futures? When you join Inspired Choices radio show with holographist coach Christine McIver, you'll be provoked to look at what is true and what you know but may not choose that requires your attention. Christine does not hold back and brings all her expertise during each and every show. Are you ready to create the life and the living you truly desire? Listen for Inspired Choices radio show every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
Are you ready to have pleasure with your business? Yes, I said pleasure with your business. The Pleasure of Business a la carte will surprise you with topics like meet yourself in the boardroom, money, services, and you. Expand your visibility. The pleasure of communication. The pleasure of Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. Christine McIver has so much pleasure with business and loves teaching all things business. Beginning a new business? Desiring to expand a current business? Or looking to resurrect a business that has been dormant? This program will get you fired up and bring more pleasure than you have ever imagined. Exhausted with your excuses for not creating a phenomenal business? Join now for all the pleasure with business. Pleasure of Business a la carte gives you total choice for what you desire and what your business requires. That's 24 weeks of different topics to choose from with weekly calls, audio and video recordings, and PDFs. This class will have you dive right in and use tools to create the business that has been speaking to you. Go to inspiredchoices.ca for full details or join the Facebook page Pleasure o' Business a la carte. Now is the time for you and your business.
How wonderful would it be to carry your favorite Inspired Choices Network host with you throughout your day? Well, now you can. Inspired Choices Network now has its very own mobile app. Our free app offers live streaming shows, along with thousands of podcasts and TV episodes. Our shows cover a wide variety of topics. Whether you're waking up with us, carrying us through the day, and taking us to bed with you, we're always here for you to enjoy. We're easy to find. Just search for Inspired Choices Network in the Apple App Store or Google Play Store.
This is the Inspired Choices Show with holographist coach Christine McIver. To participate in the program, join our live studio audience in our chat room at InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. You can also make the choice to ask or comment by email by sending to Christine@inspiredchoices.ca. Now, back to the program.
Oh, my friends, thank you so much for being here tonight. I am absolutely enjoying this show so much. Every show that I do reminds me to pay attention myself. It pulls me back into these topics and the importance of each and every one of these things that we talk about. I actually create these shows for not just you, but also for myself, because it's the things that are asking for my attention. And I just want to talk about, creating connections and creating relationships. Here on the network, we have a lot of different hosts that are creating amazing shows all the time. And each and every day that we have these shows going on, I'm often listening or I'm participating in the shows, producing or just hanging out. And what is so much fun is actually listening to and creating a connection with these hosts that are bringing amazing topics to the table, like amazing. Like this morning, we had Jen Wood. She was talking all about confidence and the truth around confidence. It was so good. It was like, if you just read the title, you'd be like, oh, okay, confidence. But it was so potent. It was like, oh my gosh, these reminders were so critical. And she talked about the that voice that we have in our head and how that's your biggest bully. And she really showed us how to lean into more and more confidence. And then we had a show all about, and this was the title, Are You a Killer? And it was like, oh, I can't wait to see what this is going to be about. And this is with Dr. Helen Gitlovich. And she was talking about how we actually kill. She's a doctor. She doesn't practice being a doctor anymore. She had a heart attack years ago, and she started to move into healing in a different way. But she would kill viruses. She would kill lots of things. And she really went down that path and talked about that energy and what that can actually contribute. It was so, so cool. And then we went on to Dr. Lisa Cooney, and Dr. Lisa Cooney was talking about fun and what fun can actually bring in our lives and how we can cultivate more and more fun. All of these shows, for me, they contribute to me, but they also create more connection because I get to learn about these individuals. I get to connect with what's important to them, and I get to contribute to them by giving them, my feedback. And when I give somebody my feedback, I mean it genuinely, and I let them know something specific. So when you're connecting with someone, give them something specific to connect with. And when you have an opportunity to connect with people, take it. Take that opportunity. Pause for just a moment. I was telling you about a connection that I had today. It wasn't a planned meeting. This individual, her name's Tara, and she's in a group that I'm in on Facebook, and she's doing this very cool market research. And she was asking for people who would like to volunteer to participate in this research. And it was just answering 5 questions. And she messaged me and she said, would you like to just, answer them through Messenger, or would you like to actually get on the phone or get onto a video call? And I said, video call. Like, that's no question for me. And, I wasn't all dolled up and I wasn't all prepared to, be in the networking presentation, as it were, or some big business development presentation, but I was willing to connect and I really wanted to connect. We had so much fun talking about the research, but also connecting and getting to know each other. And she said to me at the end, and then texted me later saying, Christine, I so enjoyed getting to know you. I will remember you. Oh my gosh. I will remember you. That to me was music. That to me was, I love that somebody would say that I've made an impact in their life and that they will remember me. You know what that tells me? It tells me what I am doing in my life, what I am doing in my, whether in my business or anywhere in my connections with people, is I am making a contribution. And that beautiful lady I'll remember her as well. We shared something and we were present with each other and we saw each other's eyes and we talked and we really made a connection. Will she be a business development? I have no idea. I don't know what the future is, but what I do know is that today I touched someone and they touched me. And that is part of your business development, because this woman someone may ask some questions, and in this group that we're in, and they may say, hey, do you know anybody that does this or this? And she may say, I do. Christine does. Contact Christine. She asked me about my business. I asked her about hers, and we got to know each other better, right? We shared, but we connected. And that is one of the biggest keys in being present with someone. It's not about sharing a business card. It's really about making an impact and allowing that person to make an impact in your life in just a conversation. Another great way that you can connect with people is when you are online. If you can see other people that are online, oftentimes, it'll show a light beside their name, or you'll see it in messages or whatever. You can tell that someone's online. Send them a message. When your eyes catch something, know that your being and your business is trying to catch your attention. Reach out to that person and even say, hey, hi, I just want to say hi and see how you are. I hope things are going really well. And how's your daughter? Say something genuine to that person. Don't go troll just to do that, right? Be genuine. If you want to expand your business and you want to have more connections and you are genuinely struggling because there's not in-person connecting, yes, go online or look at your database and see which name pops, right? See which names pops and send them a message. Reach out to them and go with the intention of being present in your heart and really wanting to get to know how they genuinely are. That's called business development. My friends, each and every day, you have the opportunity to develop your business. And it does not matter whether your business is packed with business, whether your calendar's full, you can't take any more clients. You need to continuously be in business development. You need to be continuously connecting. Now, this does not mean go with the huge numbers again. This is creating genuine connections with people. Be active. Spend a little bit of time each week. Maybe set aside an hour or two where you're going online and you're reading different articles or different blogs that people are creating, or you're listening to a podcast, or you're watching a podcast. I hear Inspired Choices Network has a lot of really good ones. But reach out and create that connection. You don't know when that connection will maybe return to you, and even return to you tenfold. If you become the person that people remember, you can be sure that your business will grow. Are you willing to be that person? Are you willing to always be in business development from the perspective of creating relationships and connections and being present with those people in those moments? Not only listening, but also hear what they're saying, respond to them. I've heard so many people talk about numbers, and I've heard so many people, I'm doing this and I'm doing this and I'm doing this, and they're speeding through their days. They're speeding through their life. Speed can actually be the death of a business. When your target is to speed through things and you miss the human being, the human connection with people, you will kill your business. Business is about being present, not being busy, right? That's what a lot of people say, business is being busy. Well, yeah, we can have a lot of things. And I can tell you, I have a list. And if you're watching TV right now, here's a long list of these are my to-dos for the day, right? I always have a long list because I'm very creative and my mind is always popping. Somebody said on Facebook the other day, is your mind like popcorn, that it's always popping with ideas? Yeah, my mind's like popcorn. I'm always getting really cool ideas or things to do. I can be busy 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, but that's not pleasurable. I came to this planet to connect with people. I came to this planet to be with others. And that's what's made this pandemic so difficult for so many of us, because maybe we are living solo. I live solo. Maybe we are, we work from home. I work from home. So connections online for me are gold. I love connecting with people online. It really contributes to me. And then lots of times I will be very quiet and I will be over here creating and working. And that's also pleasurable for me as well. But connecting with people doesn't have to take place only in a really formal setting. And business development doesn't have to take place only under the guise of business. Connecting with people and really being present with someone and not speeding through the conversation, not trying to get to an end point, but being really present with that person is the way to create a business and to develop your business. If you are trying to, get all these huge numbers on people that are following or listening or commenting or liking or doing whatever, if you're trying to get those huge numbers and you're putting all this effort and all this money into advertising and, really garnering a very small percentage of those people that actually connect with you, how exhausting is that for you? How exhausting is that for your body? I know that when I was first in business, I was trying to do that and it was wearing me out. And now what I do is I really look to connect with people. And if I can have, 3 or 4 genuine connections with people a month, I can grow my business from those numbers. And I've surpassed all of the business odds, right? Where they say, oh, if you make it through the first year and if you make it past the 5-year mark and all the rest of it. Yes, I have. And I haven't done that by pushing. I have done that by first and foremost doing my own personal development, looking at what I'm creating and being vulnerable with myself. These are some of the most important keys in developing your business, is developing your own personal self, because you are the most important key in your business, my friends. Okay, we are up to our next break. This time is flying by. You are listening to Christine on Inspired Choices on the Inspired Choices Network. I hope to see you back after the break. See you soon.
Many of us make choices in our lives based on our past experiences or what others believe. What would our lives be like if we made our choices based on what we desire for our futures? When you join Inspired Choices Radio Show with holographist coach Christine McIver, you'll be provoked to look at what is true and what you know but may not choose that requires your attention. Christine does not hold back and brings all her expertise during each and every show. Are you ready to create the life and the living you truly desire? Listen for Inspired Choices Radio Show every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com.
Are you a subject matter expert? Are you here to share your expertise with an audience waiting to hear from you in only the way you can deliver? Are you ready to have your voice amplified across the airwaves? Inspired Choices Network has a global radio platform streaming to millions of people across the world. Professionally produced and supported by an accomplished team every step of the way, you can broadcast from anywhere in the world, knowing your voice matters, and we ensure it is delivered with ease and efficiency. Eager to hear your message, the world awaits. Contact us today to become an Inspired Choices Network radio host. Email becomeahost@inspiredchoicesnetwork.com.
This is the Inspired Choices Show with holographist coach Christine McIver. To participate in the program, join our live studio audience in our chat room at inspiredchoicesnetwork.com. You can also make the choice to ask or comment by email by sending to Christine@inspiredchoices.ca. Now, back to the program.
Oh, my friends, wow, these times really, really do go quickly. Thank you so much for being here tonight. I want to just kind of wrap up the show talking about, if you really are looking to develop your business, if you're really looking to grow your business, the key is you. The key is you and the relationships that you create in your business. And, another really important piece is to know that the numbers are not going to grow your business. Relationships and connecting are going to grow your business. It's really up to you to make yourself, whether you're a very outgoing person or you're a very shy person, it doesn't matter. As long as you are making connections and you're being present with people and you're really being present within your own body when you are speaking with other people and you're connecting with them, even through email, be present. Imagine through email that you are talking to the person. Convey that kind of energy through an email. I know that even when I'm sending emails or texts, my daughter reminded me of this, that when I send a text, sometimes it's like boom, 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 boom. And she said, like, it'll catch her because she thinks, is mom mad at me? And then she'll go, oh, no, mom's just in her get her done phase. And she's just getting through things really, really quickly because she's got a lot on her plate. It was a good reminder. It was a really good reminder. I appreciate that she said that to me, to stop and really connect with people. What's the definition of connect? I didn't even get to this, and I do want to remind you of this. To get to the definition to connect, and connecting is to connect is a verb. It's to join, to bind, or to fasten together. To join together. Isn't that beautiful? To join together with others that want to join together with us. My friends, make these connections. Give that gift to yourself. You will have more pleasure in your business. Your business will grow, and it will grow with ease. Your stresses will start to lower, and this will be so critical as you move forward in your business and you move forward in your life. Why not have the joy that you desire? Why not open up to more possibilities from a place of pleasure? That's what I hope for you. And that's what I'm hoping we give to each and every one of you as you are listening and you're connecting with these shows here on the network. Next week, we're going to have another show for you. It's going to be both from a business and a personal perspective. And this show is called, Do You Know Your Ripple? Do you know your ripple in the world? My friends, it's so important that we stop and we be present with what we are creating. If you desire something different in your life, you must pause. You must really examine where you are and look at where your targets are and what it is that you deeply desire to have in your world, because it's all up to you and you have the ability to have all of it. If you will take the time to really look at your choices, your vibration, your words, how you are being present or not with those around you. Remember, networking is not about the numbers. It's about connecting and relationships. I'm so grateful we connected tonight, and I'm looking forward to seeing you again. Be sure to reach out to me, Christine at inspiredchoices.ca, and ask me any questions you'd like. Until then, my friends, remember, no matter what's going on in your life, you can always make another choice.
Thank you for choosing to listen to Inspired Choices Radio Show. Christine McIver will return next Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 5 p.m. Pacific on InspiredChoicesNetwork.com. We hope you'll join us. Until then, be willing to choose what you really desire. This is your life, making the choices that bring you all that you desire.